GAC. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Guys, I've got an interesting one for you guys today. It is against an opponent who always places 3 Galactic Legends and Darth Revan and General Grievous and other good teams. I also like to place a good defense. As you know, I placed 3 Galactic Legends of my own and Darth Revan and General Skywalker and General Grievous and Jedi Training Ray. So I'm going to show you guys my defenses and a couple thoughts about those. I'll show you guys my opponent's defenses as well, and then we're going to jump straight into the fights. Going to be a good one, guys. 3 Galactic Legends, both on defense. Who can outduel the other? We don't know. Nobody knows. It's an unknowable thing, except I already know. So we'll find out in a moment as soon as I figure out which one of these buttons to push. There we go. Okay, so here's my defense, guys. It's kind of... let's zoom it in just a little bit here. It doesn't suck. So, in the front zone I have Darth Revan, Jedi, or she's not a Jedi, she's all the Jedi. She's all the Jedi and none of the Jedi all at once. Rey with the Bando team in the front. Up top, I have my Jedi Training Ray with Nest. I wanted to keep R2-D2 for Padme so that Padme could kill General Grievous for me, because you guys know that Mothra is in the doghouse for me, though I did just do a bunch of testing on her on a live stream. You guys should check it out if you want on Twitch in the video description. I've been testing. Mothra, I think I figured it out in 5v5, so we'll figure that out later though. We also have General Skywalker up top and General Grievous, just a pretty standard one with Nute, etc. And then in the back here, we also have Supreme Leader Kylo with everyone. We have the special modding for Hux and Red Trooper. I think I detailed that last video. And then a non-pushover Jedi Master Luke. So all good teams, all pretty competent. My opponent actually placed a defense that I didn't think was... It was mostly predictable, actually. Let me see. So here's the top zone that they had. They had Jedi... the Jedi who's not a Jedi, who I just stammered around just a minute ago, with not super fast Finn and Poe, a couple tanks, etc. Relic 8, though. They also had Darth Revan, kind of slow Darth Revan though, like in the low 310s, kind of slow. And then General Grievous with Nute. We just can't do it to ourselves, guys. We can't use Mothra here, unfortunately. On the bottom, he's got Supreme Leader Kylo and Bando. So I was expecting him to have Sith Eternal in the back, along with Geos. Those are the squads that he normally places. The Bando squad here has a pretty fast Nest. I wanted to use Bounty Hunters, and then I realized we could use Bounty Hunters on that Darth Revan team up top. So we'll do that, probably, is my thought. Instead, we're going to swap things around a little bit. I have Commander Luke available. He could do something against Grievous, potentially. And so we need to use Jedi to kill this Supreme Leader Kylo first before we make further plans, and then we can go from there. So with that said, guys, we're going to jump in with Jedi against a Relic 8 Supreme Leader Kylo and see how it goes, folks. Let's do it to it. Alright, so you start the fight off here, guys, and you mark Hux. That's a departure from what I've done in the past. You want to mark Hux, though. You do not want him to hand turn meter to Kylo again. So we've already triggered Savior, and you can see my face is actually in a different place on this video, but we're kind of blocking Yoda, but we shouldn't block the top character anymore in their buffs, so hopefully that's good. Now I'm trying to figure out who to give what to. We want to put... I would love to give Master's Training to Luke, but decided to instead give everyone Foresight. That's the standard move. And now we don't want to kill Hux yet, because we don't want Red Trooper to get a turn. But we do need the buff on Luke to be able to kill Red Trooper later. So we're going to give this buff to someone else. Trying to think of who to really even give it to. I don't know if Basti was the most inspired choice, though. It did give Kylo ability block. So that was nice. We had Foresight up, so their Kylo wasn't able to hit Revan. Sneak in there and have Revan and Luke kill Red Trooper. That's kind of standard. Now we're free to kill Hux if we want, so I do, because it's fun and we're free to do it, like I just said. So if we're free to do it, why? If you're free to kill Hux, why not just kill him? That's my question to you. So Kylo went crazy, did his AoE. Luke got hit and smote the First Order Stormtrooper, so that was nice. And now I'm calling Basti here for ability block on Basti, on Kylo. Not because she hits hard, but we just want to get ability block on him. So he's only doing basics, hits old Ben for a few banners. Calling Basti 2 is nice because it also heals her up. She's the only other character. Well, I guess Revan needs to heal up a little bit too. That's fine. So Basti's turn again. We will call Luke, just call it good. I was thinking about calling old Ben just to get a couple extra banners, but let's be real. The priority is to kill Kylo here. He's Relic 8. He could cause untold damage. We're going to do it. So after a while of debating, I decided to use Padme instead of on Grievous. I decided to use it on this Bando team. And we have Zalbar here. He's got, look at this. It's a pretty quick team. With Queel getting turns and everything, my Padme team isn't that fast. It's not really built for this counter exactly, but we're just doing stuff. There's no way for them to dispel any of our things, so decided to give the buffs from Padme right away. And now I wanted to kill Bando if possible, and didn't quite get there. Now we have to kill Zalbar's taunting, so. Now we wanted to kill Bando. Unfortunately, he got the healing damage immunity. And so we're all stealthed except for General Kenobi. And we're kind of at a standstill. We need to kill Bando here. We don't want to hit Nest too much because we want to be able to kill her in one hit kind of thing. Everyone's got Foresight though, so I can either set them on fire, which will be dispelled kind of soon, or we can try to stun someone and just miss. So that's what I did with Nest. That was kind of an uninspired choice, actually, in hindsight. Probably should have, if I could have actually stunned her, maybe that would have been good, but otherwise, wasn't the greatest. So, so I've got 16 stacks from Ahsoka. Hit hit Nest and only took her protection. Didn't even get any of her health. And there's kind of this issue here, guys, where in this fight, look at this, we have 24 stacks on Padme, so really just 20, and we were able to just vaporize Zalbar. But Nest, you'll note, guys, Courage, when it hits Nest, stacks of Courage are individual hits. So if you need to do more damage to Nest than just the 40% health, then Courage might not actually get you there. But first we need to take out Bando, because he's the one who could cause all the damage. And now we need to kill Queel, because we don't have any stacks, and it's taken a while. We've already gone 2 minutes and haven't gotten anything. We've got 13 stacks. Hit Nest, and I thought that would just kill her, but clearly not. Clearly didn't work out. Almost had her dead. She had healing immunity, etc. But then Queel healed her, and IG stunned, or IG taunted, so super irritating. Still, we might be able to just kill Nest here, I guess. I decided to just go for Queel here instead. Taking my time to make decisions, and that never ends well. But look at this, we have 22 stacks from Kenobi, so 20 total, gonna cause 160% health damage to Nest. I thought that would just one-shot her. Didn't even come close though. Crazy how that works. Really frustrating. Courage just stacked the damage. Did individual hits of damage. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't know it stacked like that. I really thought that Courage was just added all together. So, anyways, still taking my time. We have just under 2 minutes to go, and let's just see. So we need to kill Queel, need to kill IG, and those guys don't have any reason not to kill them. So, finally killed Queel. Now we can kill IG, and now I'm speeding it up, guys, because it's gonna get a little tense. I'm just gonna tell you right this moment. The idea was my opponent wasn't going to be able to really clear me that easily. because I didn't think he had the tools to deal with some of the teams that I put on defense, especially with a lot of his tools just on defense himself. So that being said, we need to be careful here. This is I was pretty sure this is going to be a slam dunk, but this nest just wouldn't die. We have 17 stacks there. Didn't kill her again. Didn't really even get that close, and we're failing to land damage immunity. We only have 34 seconds now. And we can't land a stun. And there we go, landed a stun. But now she has to take a turn before we can actually do anything because she's got all that healing. She's got all the bonus protection. We're down to 16 seconds. Finally have some healing immunity. Did some damage to her though, and she's already got her protection up. She's doing counters. We're at 6 seconds left. And we're not going to kill her, are we? Except we did and got 55. So F you to Nest, and thank you very much. F you very much. That was really rough. Like, super duper rough. So, kind of lucky, kind of unlucky actually. There was a few RNG elements, but we made it through. 55 banners. Everything is good. And in the back, just as predicted, my opponent did place Sith Eternal and Geos. Now, one thing I will say, my opponent did place a different defense than he normally does. It just wasn't immediately apparent. So here you can see we're going to go up top now. We got to kill this Darth Revan team. So we're using Aurra Seeing Bounty Hunters. And all we have to do, so we're faster with Bosk and Grief. That's key. We have to be fastest with both of those characters. But if we are, then this counter, it has its hardships. You guys saw me fail it recently, actually. Against a team without Basti, actually, but we do get a pretty close to guaranteed vaporization of that Darth Revan. So we can do this. I could do if we do the AoE with Django here, then it's gonna probably cause Malik to taunt, and that was a fail on my part because we're also at fear. That like totally shouldn't have done that. Should not have hit Malik and forced him to taunt. Like that was some BS. That was a really poor choice on my part. So not going for Marauder like I did last time because I'm just tired of buffing Marauder and making him too strong, and I caught too much criticism. Frankly, we need to kill HK anyways. We'll find a spot to kill Marauder later, but for now, keep in mind though we're also buffing Marauder a ton. Look at all these buffs that we have. He's super tenacious, going to be really tough to take out, but Aurra Seeing actually provides a huge degree of ability to regenerate hit points and stuff. So we're already at full health and protection again. Pretty cool. But because we have all these buffs, we're also making Marauder super duper duper tanky right now. So Aurra Seeing normally does what, like 80k something damage at this level, at this relic level, and she did 20k on him because he is so tanky. Django finally did 20k on his double tap, got 58, and I was happy to get out of there alive. Sith Marauder is a menace, folks. He needs to be stopped, but we did kill him. We have General Grievous left, but he's going to be left for last, probably. I still have some good teams, so need to kill the Sith Eternal team to find out if my troopers can actually do it. I do have Dark Trooper remodded to have the highest protection, combined health and protection in, maybe it's just protection in the match. And so we want to avoid doing AoEs right now. We don't want to get stunned by Dooku. I need to restructure my speeds just a little bit to get Dark Trooper a turn before anyone else. Moff Gideon is nice here because it can reduce all the turn meters, so all my troopers get turns before everyone else. And Veers, I was contemplating, like, man, we could do an AoE here. If we do an AoE, then everyone's going to hit me back, and maybe Veers just evaporates. So just did a basic, may as well. We still have a ton of turn meter. That's the thing to look at for troopers. Look at their turn meter and see how much time we're going to have. So through the grenade, instead of doing Death Mark, and I think that's the right move, to be clear, but you throw the grenade, get rid of all of their buffs, including the Retribution, and now people were telling me I needed to hit Sith Eternal here, target him, but who cares? Like, let's kill Dooku, finish him off, because I don't want his stun shenanigans. And now we'll just try to kill Sith Eternal. Try to outrace him if we can. And at one point, guys, I did the AoE with Piet. Poor choice, because Piet is the one who marked Dark Trooper. And if Piet does a basic, then Dark Trooper is going to assist. So, poor choice on my end. 59 banners at the same time. So, this has a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of forgiveness for a tired old man. So for a little bit, I was thinking, guys, I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool? I could use Vader here. I had the right characters and everything. Wouldn't it be cool to just get 3 off-meta kills with 3 off-meta teams, and then I could feel fancy. Like, people would think I was fancy on the stream, etc. I would love to make that happen, but in the end, I was like, you know what? It's Relic, 8, Rey. My Vader, I just haven't practiced the Vader comp that much. And Sith Eternal, man, this isn't a high offense Rey. This is like a 9,000 offense Rey. So it definitely something Sith Eternal can handle. There's no healing immunity here, so we don't have to worry about any of that. And I just decided, why not just use Sith Eternal here instead? So, note, guys, she did her ultimate, we tanked it, but now I'm going to use the link, the double link right now, to take 2 turns in a row and heal my Sith Eternal both times, because they count as separate turns, so Watt's buff actually gives that 30% protection healing twice there. So, pretty nice stuff, because Poe and Finn can actually still do a lot of damage. We got to be careful. And really, like, we're still in the yellow on health, so we really gotta be careful. If they get too much going on, like, Rey's about to take her second ultimate here, but we can at least fry Finn here, and we regenerated all of our health, and protection is easy enough to come by. Rey is just going nuts, though, taking all the turns. And so now we're just going to heal again with linked. It's nice because, as I said, every turn you do linked, you get an extra turn. So you put link on the other 2. So then I don't have my ultimate ready, but if I did, I could just fry those 2 even through her ultimate. She does her ult again. We're not reducing turn meter or anything on this Rey team, so she's not really ramping up her own damage. And so we tanked. I think that was the 3rd ultimate. Was it 3rd or was it 2nd? I don't remember now. You guys can go back and count for me if you want, and I don't blame you if you don't want to. Could have linked there if I wanted to. Rey's kind of getting close to her ultimate, though. Figured maybe we can get a 3-fer, though. What do you think? Nailed it. 3-fer. I got 59 against that Rey team. Feels good, man. Killed 3 Galactic Legends and Darth Revan, all for pretty good banners. In fact, my worst banner so far has been against that Bando team of all things. So we're using Commander Luke once again against Grievous. This time I did it right and got guard onto Commander Luke. So you're going to shoot Magna Guard. B2 eventually takes a turn, and then you just need to pound B2 into the ground if you can. Now, I wanted to call Han to assist, but he's got that buff immunity, so he's not going to actually assist there, so I gave it to Luke instead. Normally wanted to go on Han, but yeah, the buff immunity, guys, you need to pay attention to that. Notice how Luke does not leave this stance. He wants all the defense and all the things, all the tenacity that he can get. He doesn't really need anything from the other stance anyways. Now, we almost killed Grievous there, super close. Wanted to go in, switch my stances with Luke. That's normally not what we're supposed to do, but did it anyways so that I could just finish Grievous off. And now we can get a 3-fer here as well. Killed all 3. Nute, though, got back up, so that was kind of annoying, but he's an annoying guy. And 56 against Grievous. Pretty consistent, actually, if you follow the right turn order and killing stuff. Putting you want tenacity on Chewie and Chupio, though. That's also another big thing. So, got that top zone done. The lowest banners we've gotten are 56 and 56 against the non-GL and non-Darth Revan teams. We're going to look at the ships. This is where he changed things up, guys. His squads didn't change, but his ships did. Malevolence and Chimera do kind of pose a few unique challenges for what fleets I have available, so good on him for changing that. And first we got to take out these Geos, so we're going undersized. I debated for a while, like, what lead should I take? And in 5v5, I really do like Emperor Palpatine lead, just because you can do the Force Crush right away before you actually go into Merciless. So you get another turn, you get 2 Culling Blades during your Merciless Massacre. So do Merciless, throw the Saber at Spy, kill Spy right away, and then just go kind of around the horn. You want, like, Poggle here is a problem. Poggle has a lot of evade, so we need to kill Poggle as soon as we can, but we need debuffs on him. Finally got some debuffs, and he's the one, so we got ability block on Geobrute Alpha, because the very, very last thing you want here, guys, is for them to dispel all your debuffs. That is the absolute last thing you want, because you'll get some turns, and then you won't have any ammunition. They'll have all the momentum. So I put Isolate on the Brute. Now we can Fracture the Alpha. And now we can just, we can be about our business. We can do Force Crush again, get a bonus turn, or get that extra turn meter from Palpatine, go into Merciless, and from here, I mean, it's pretty straight up. We're gonna just kill these guys. You know, we can, the Alpha is actually just fractured, so we can actually just throw our Saber. If we fail there, if we don't kill the Brood Alpha, we can at least just keep hitting because they're fractured. So good to go. I saved the Force Crush for the Brute, and then I realized Brute is isolated, so couldn't counter anyways. And then I decided, you know what, maybe I'm thinking I'm confusing this with my... Oh yeah, so we're gonna hit Sunfet. I was like, man, if Thrawn gets another turn, we could heal Vader and we could get 61. But then I failed to do that. And he died of sadness, or rather dots, and we're good to go. Still got 60, could have gotten 61 if I had played it just a tiny bit differently. Now we got fleets. They have a Malevolence fleet, and this one can get dicey, guys. So needed... I don't have a great answer to Malevolence, honestly. So we're using Rebels. I'm getting decent RNG here. If we can kill Sunfeck right away and then get an AoE on the Vulture, usually that AoE from the home one will kill the Vulture, but if Sunfeck had still been alive at that point, I would have targeted the Vulture instead, just to be clear. Sorry, I would have targeted Sunfeck again. But because, as I said, like we killed Sunfeck with decent RNG, then we got kind of below average RNG in trying to kill that Vulture. But as it stands, we're still doing pretty well. We can get Cassian in as our first reinforcement and just destroy that Hyena. We got decent, like, the Falcon was willing to actually contribute this time, so there wasn't too many sketchy interactions there. Biggs even lived through it, which he usually never does. Usually the Geos all play dress up, and I'll dress as Darth Vader and kill Biggs. So that's usually how it works. So now we can use our own Malevolence against this Thrawn team. Now, if the starting lineup has Gauntlet instead of the Sith Bomber, that's pretty dicey for Malevolence. It can get really bad, but as it stands, Malevolence does pretty well against this. If they have a lot of ways to cleanse Buzz Droids, that's the thing that you really have to worry about. So we've got the TIE Bomber here, and actually, I didn't necessarily want to land that buff immunity on TIE Bomber because I didn't want him to. I didn't want the Sith Bomber to be able to keep taunting, and then the TIE Bomber lose it. But as it stood, he didn't actually lose his taunt. Thank goodness. We're not gonna panic yet. Haven't even lost a ship yet. Actually, our original Vulture is still there. So we'll just summon someone in. That's pretty nice. Now we can kill the Sith Bomber. Meanwhile, Vader just remains unkilled. But I'm sick of shooting the Sith Bomber because he always just places those concussion grenades. Really inhospitable of the man. But may as well just shoot Vader a little bit. Get a little damage on. And now, once again, guys, the Marauder is a menace. He needs to be dealt with. And finally I do, but But holy balls, I don't think there's a character that gave me as much grief as that guy. Which is ironic, because one of the teams I used had grief on it. And yet he gave me grief. I don't know how that works, but Shuttle coming in as a reinforcement is actually pretty uninspired. He always comes in and then does his tie attack instead of actually healing someone. So that didn't work out for them at all. And yep, that's how it worked, guys. The final score that I got was 21-16. Not too bad, actually, for how strong his defense was. I was pretty happy with that. And that being said, he still had the opportunity. He always attacked pretty late in the attack cycle, which is fine. But let's go live, guys. Here, let me get this ready. You guys can have instant gratification. How does that sound? That's what our culture likes these days, right? Some good old-fashioned instant gratification. Let's do this. All right, my face is going to go transition from the bottom to the top. It's going to be weird. All right, guys, here we are. Like I said, face is in a different place. So my opponent did attack, and as you can see, was not able to actually clear my board. So show you guys how my defenses did. He one-shot Rey, or Jedi, Rey. Okay, guys, I have trouble saying her name, apparently. This is rough for me. Darth Revan also got killed. Not super high banners. I don't remember what they got, but not the super highest. One-shot all the teams here as well. General Skywalker, I think he actually killed two of these teams first. He killed these two for like a 53 and 57. I think 53 or 52, something like that on Skywalker. 57-ish on Grievous, and then left Rey, or Jedi Training Rey, for after he had killed my bottom zone, and then he had sent a message actually to one of his guildmates saying he didn't think he could clear me. He was, I don't know. It felt nice, and at the same time it felt kind of bad because he's like, I have no hope, which, it feels nice a little bit. So his ships, he did okay. I forget what scores he got. You can see I got a lot of reinforcements in on both of them, though, Plo included. So he was pretty resilient. He did have his best fleets on offense. Well, I guess Malevolence was actually on defense, so good for him. And then on the bottom here, you can see he gave a little bit of effort on each of these squads, 1 and 1, but it wasn't enough, clearly. And I think that before he killed Jedi Training Rey or fleets or this squad, he needed 60 and 60 and 60 on my squads and 66, 66 on my fleets, and if he did that, then he would have lost by 6. So I woke up to a good situation, basically. That being said, it feels good to be able to clear that kind of a board with the teams I had available and still place the kind of defense that I did. So we're in a good place right now, guys. 7 and 1 at this point. And my next opponent is from a good guild. It's going to be a really rough match, I think, looking at their GAC history. Lots of really good teams on defense. And so, should be interesting. Excited to do the live stream on it. You guys are going to see this a little bit before the live stream. So if you guys watch it the day of, come check me out on Twitch. It's going to be epic. I always start on Sundays, the final match, then the finals. I start at 9:30 Eastern time. So you guys can totally make it 9:30 Eastern time at PM. But anyways, guys, this has been great. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.